It's just that if they come off, they're a potential contaminant, and that can be a major problem.
You can lose whole
You're like-
cans of
Don't worry
cans
about that.
of food can be tossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know. Also, it doesn't say it in here, but to that same effect, no danglies. No necklaces, like this is not okay in the shop. No bracelets, charms. Dangly earrings should be avoided.
Rings?
No danglies.
I don't wear
Um,
jewelry.
Rings.
Does the
Rings, you are permitted to wear, like legally,
One
you're-
golden wedding ring.
one,
Like-
like one golden
does
band.
butter clip
Okay.
count as a
No, it
dangly?
clips on.
Other rings, it clips on. It's a part of the clip.
Okay.
That's not a dangly. But if it had something dangling from it,
I can't have a
yeah,
Like,
then it would be.
You know
then
that
it
one
would
that
not be
I
okay.
had that had the little,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Rings.
We use whole
Stephanie's
here.
rings are not okay.
Yeah, I can't wear this.
Legally.
Or I have to take it off.
And I can't wear
Um,
this.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
This should
ring,
be
you
okay,
you
right?
have to stash that.
Now, there's a couple options when
that's
it comes
fine.
to that.
Okay.
Like the plain
Alberto's
band.
ring is fine.
The plain band is okay. It's once we get all these little spikies and holes for food to get caught in
Yeah.
that we get problems. But there's a couple options on it. Now, we will have a little ring dish in the office. That's where mine's going to live. This was a $70 ring. I'm not worried about anybody stealing it.
We
Like,
may have a safe.
We may have a safe, but if you are worried, but so for me, I'm gonna stick it there because I trust you guys and I don't feel like anything harder than that. You can do that, or you can put a long chain that's long enough to go under your neckline, and that's okay, and you can hang your ring off
Like
that.
if your necklace is hiding in your clothes, I can't see it.
Right, as long as it's inside the clothes and not gonna fall out into food, it's fine.
Yeah, I lost my wedding ring. I had a
And
band
even
just
things
like that.
even things like the hair bands that you don't even think about,
Yeah.
we can do this.
Yeah.
No bracelet.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
We will
essentially.
see it. We'll just ask you to put it in your jacket or something. You know, just take it off or whatever. It's not that we're judging your style. We're not judging your style. Food safety codes require us to do this. Okay, so services as service does. The phone etiquette. Answering the phone is simple. When you hear it ring, you pick it up and say, Southern Villa Cafe, this is your name, how may I help you? We put that in there, but the truth is, we don't want to turn you into robots. We want genuine answers. But here's the thing. Answering like her grandmom is not exactly polite. I'm going to let her do it.
My grandmother used to pick up the phone and go ahead. Or, all right.
Alright.
Now,
You'd be surprised. Wrong numbers still happen. I had a wrong number call me just the other day.
And it's important to note that while we say, oh, don't go by a script, all of that information needs to come out. You need to say, this is where I am, this is who I am, and some version of how can I help you.
Yeah, that's where I was heading. Is you need to let them know who they called, and then you need to let them know who to blame if you're rude on the phone.
So always use
But-
Alice's name.
So always use Alice's name. Actually, when I was working in Waffle House, I used to do that. I used to answer the phone to everybody else.
Me, usually.
Stephanie sometimes. And one time I actually answered the phone that way, and the owner was the one on the other end. I had to pretend to be Kinsey for like a good half-hour conversation.
Then you pull it off.
But don't do that.
Don't do that. I'm a bad employee.
Evil genius.
I'm an evil genius. Like a scream.
Okay, but this is gonna be one of those don't copy her past.
Yeah, don't copy my past. We'll talk about my past a lot and why I'm bad and why it was bad. So you know, but yeah, essentially, tell them who they call because that's very important. They need to know. Some of them will want to know. Some of them will be calling on purpose. Some of them will be calling on purpose.
And another thing that's important to note in there is always be polite, but Never assume somebody's gender on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Unless they say, my name is Stephanie and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Don't use pronouns. Don't use sir or ma'am. It's really hard, I know. But it's really, really important.
I have mastered the art of talking to you without using your name or pronouns, and you have no idea.
I know when you start calling me gorgeous, you forgot what my name was for 5 seconds.
It's a true story here.
Ah,
I used to say, back when I used to gender people a little bit more, I used to say that every woman answers to beautiful and every man answers to handsome. So I never learned a name. It just called you beautiful or handsome. Now I'm discovering gender neutral ways to do it.
Boo.
I would
And, you know-
avoid boo because it means boyfriend.
I know.
Like,
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
like I would avoid the intimacy
Yeah,
of that.
honey and sugar, you have to have a very certain attitude to pull off as.
My daughter used to call everybody sweetie. She'd be like,
Sweetie?
that's my sweetie.
Brilliant.
That's my sweetie. Okay.
I
Whatever.
use sweetie a lot. Other things with phone etiquette that I guess we didn't cover. But other things with phone etiquette. Again, we don't release employee information over the phone. We don't buy anything over the phone. I mean, that's not really your problem. You should turn, if anybody is soliciting over the phone, you should turn it over to
If they
management.
ask for your manager, make sure they ask for us by name before you get us.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're just
We don't want to buy
telemarketers.
anything over the phone either. Yeah. So soliciting over the phone, we don't want to do that. So yeah, make sure that they get our names right. If somebody calls looking for a person that's not management by name, they're not there. Because people are known to call a business, like an abusive ex-husband or something is known to call a business looking for a person to make sure they're there, or a stalker or something. So if they're not looking for Stephanie or me or Scott or Gretchen by name for the most part, or even like a Miss Waldo or a Miss Vala or something by name, but if they call looking for Jay, and you know it's not one of Jay's kids, Jay's not there. Whether she's there in front of you or not, Jay's not there. For safety reasons.
Can you request to leave a message?
You can
Yes.
ask that. Will
Okay.
you leave a message, and then if it turns out that it's benign, you can turn it over. But yeah, to avoid stalkers or potential past catching up, we just don't release information about people. Never release a schedule over the phone.
Now, how, if somebody calls and asks to speak to a manager, what if it's a customer complaint? How do you tell the difference between a customer complaint and an unwanted solicitation?
You tell the difference in the way they introduce themselves.
Yeah, what is it?
Honestly,
Okay.
you know how a telemarketer introduces themselves.
But also,
somebody
it's-
soliciting a POS system.
Can I ask
introduces
to what
themselves
this is
the whole thing.
referring?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, just
Okay.
get the whole information so you can, basically give us a debrief.
Yeah, honestly, the
Yeah.
most detailed message you get will make everything easier on us.
Okay.
So we'd love that. But yeah, so that's phone etiquette. Greeting customers. Customers should always be greeted with a smile and a pleasant greeting. We feel that every customer deserves a personal and friendly greeting, and we would like to stay away from the trend of a standard greeting every time the door opens. Welcome to Moe's.
Hi, welcome to Waffle House.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you stop saying it, they stop hearing it, In order to achieve this, endeavor to treat every customer as a fresh face. Your goal is to have each one leave with a smile. As part of our endeavor to be a safe space for our customers and staff, we request that you do not fall into the all too easy habit of assuming another person's gender. In the South, we have a long tradition of using sir and ma'am to convey respect, but the possibility of making the wrong assumption cannot be overstressed. To make even one customer feel unwelcome due to their gender or presentation would be damaging both to the customer and also to our image as a safe and welcoming place for people to express themselves. Strategies and methods for referring to customers in gender-neutral and respectful ways will be addressed in training. I can't really stress this enough. We want to be a safe space to the LGBT, QIA, and to various other people. Plus, yeah. if you refer to somebody by gender neutral pronouns and they are cisgender or identify with the gender they were born to, they were assigned at birth, then they don't even notice. Like, they really don't. They don't notice enough that they'll argue about it later, but they don't notice. If you refer to somebody who woke up this morning feeling incredibly feminine, dressed incredibly feminine, and you sir them, you could literally drive them to suicide. So, it's about impact, not intent. Please, let's watch our gendering.
Now,
We're not there yet.
fine.
Love you.
Fine, but we're ready.
Right, we will be. We'll be ready. And then other things I wanted to talk about greeting of the customer. We're going to talk more about this later, but customers are individuals. They're not their stereotypes. So attempt to greet the customer, not the sagging pants. You know what I mean? Okay.
Or attempt to greet the customer, not the pink hair. Although you can go,
Yeah.
awesome hair.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so taking orders from distracted customers, because this happens all the time. A customer comes to the front of the line and they're on their cell phone. You can't interrupt their conversation. That would be rude. And you can't send them back to the back of the line. That would be inconvenient. So, what do? Try to catch their attention in a non-invasive way and communicate through hand signals. For instance, hold up a small cup and point to it and say something like, "Small mocha?" This lets them confirm by nodding, making changes by mouthing words, or pause their conversation and tell you what they really want.
Because ideally, no one comes to the front of the line on their cell phone, but people will. And this is the least confrontational way to get their order. Because there's some places that say, hey, no cell phones. Some places say, we won't serve you if you're on a cell phone. And frankly, it just doesn't work that way anymore.
So what's the most expensive drink that we sell?
That would be
Offer
the,
that one every time.
yeah.
Okay.
Triple
This is what you
espresso?
want.
Yeah.
No, right now it's the Kepner Flip.
Yeah, which one?
The Kepner
Kepner Flip,
It's an
that's our eggnog latte.
It's an eggnog latte. So,
I think
you
the
know,
large is
seasonal.
$6 or something. Or the Mazagran might be.
Mazagran?
Yeah, the large is
Yeah,
$6.
All right.
Okay, that's what you get.
Right.
Extra.
Can I use that swear word we know? No. Despite the edgy feel of rockabilly, we're trying to be an all-inclusive professional business. Oh no, battery's running low. Somebody pass me something.
Pull harder. There you go.
Oh yeah, she can have that one.
I'll take the short one. Although I'm probably uncharged. Somebody else can have that one.
Does it fit?
It's a
No, Stephanie,
micro-
give me the... Never mind. No? Maybe? I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. Should be.
Did I have it upside down?
Is it micro USB?
Yeah.
Aha! Let's see what happens. Okay, let's put that at any moment. Okay. The customer or guest can't always be right, despite what they say.
Alright, pause. Allie's back.
Hello.
I'm gonna see if I can get her hooked up here. Please, oh, don't use this camera. Use the other camera. Video settings. Camera. Oh, Colin did not work that time. Hold on.
Okay.
We'll try that again.
Let me know when it starts so I can restart from wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay. The customer or guest can't always be right, despite what they say. We want great customer service and everyone to be happy and raving, but the truth is, there's more to the situation than the customer is usually right. Here's the thing. If the customer says they don't like a drink or they don't like some food, then they're right. They don't like it. But there are multiple ways to resolve a situation, and there are facets the customer doesn't see, like safety or cost effectiveness. If the solution isn't simple to resolve, getting management involved is the way to go. All right. So, on the usual, remaking a drink is the go-to. You know, a lot of places in the restaurant world like to give away things to satisfy the customer and whatnot. This created an entitled customer atmosphere, which is actually very hostile to us as employees. We're not going to be so easy. Will we sometimes give away a cookie? Yes. Will we remake the drink? Most of the time. But sometimes we'll charge them for it. Sometimes remaking the drink is not actually the proper solution. Switching them out with a gift card. Sometimes all it really takes is assuring them that they've been heard. And we'll go over some of that in customer training as we're talking about hospitality and as the situations arise. Because honestly, I can train you on
Okay,
millions of
I
ways
think we've got Allie.
customers are problematic.
Allie, can you hear us?
Hello?
Allie, can you hear us?
Maybe we can hear shaking hands, but we cannot hear her.
Does that even have
It's a laptop, it has speakers.
But not great volume.
And of course now I can't see the messages because that would be too easy.
Hold on, Allie. Technical difficulties. Just close your eyes and imagine patches of daisies or something. What am I
You're
doing?
on cue to use my laptop.
Yes,
So
okay,
it's your fault.
Yeah,
Actually, it was my son's laptop.
call
Oh.
ended.
Hey.
I had a lovely laptop, but then he had to finish college with my other laptop, so I got this one from him.
He's done with college. Where's the switchback?
Yeah. Gosh, that didn't happen, did it?
It was not correct.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Hopefully we'll figure out the technical issues. Hello?
I'm trying here.
No, she's just making
Well,
a
that's
little
the call.
noise.
I love those noises.
She had to restart Skype.
Are we there?
Maybe.
We did? Hello?
Yes? Can you hear us?
Yay, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. We're almost done with the manual. So, to catch up, all you have to do is read that.
Can we say hello? Can we see her?
There's no video. You didn't want to go video, did you, Allie?
Oh. I don't care. There you go. Can you see me?
Let's see here. Alright. There we go. And I think it's pointing towards me because it's awesome.
Is there video for you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I can see you. Let me try this. Oh, now I can't see you. We're good at this. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Okay. Turning video on. Nope. Okay, that's just not gonna happen.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so forget video.
So, there's no video, but we have with us, Allie, the 3 other people that we hired.
Oh, now she can't hear us. Can you hear us now? Hello?
Yay, technology.
I know,
Made
right?
it so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Made us believe we could do
Yes.
this, but
I was going to say, this is easier than it would have been,
Okay.
but snail mail. Letters delivered by pigeon.
I have more confidence in the pigeon.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, anyway, I may as well continue.
Replacing perfectly good food.
Hello?
Click- Hello.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Go now.
Hello?
Replacing food can be a frustrating experience. You made a perfect latte with a pretty little heart, and then the customer says, "Oh, is this not soy? I forgot to tell you." Sorry.
That never happens.
Oh, this came from Stephanie's personal experience. This is allowed to upset you, but the customer must never know. Smile understandingly, remake the drink, mark down the waste on the waste ticket, and go about your day. If, however, this customer is a repeat offender who routinely orders incorrectly, even when asked to clarify, a manager's involvement is not out of the question.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay.
We're almost done with the manual, so to catch up, all you gotta do is read that.
And I also recorded some of it, so I'll be able to send you video of Alice talking because that'll be very educational.
So much fun to watch. So much fun. This applies only to fresh
Hold on,
made-
while we've got audio. So Allie, we've got here Alberto,
Hi. Hello.
and Jay,
Hi.
Hello.
and Becca.
Hi.
Hi.
So
I suppose we should talk about pronouns too.
yes. So we'll just go around in a circle again. Stephanie, she, her, hers.
Alberto, he, him, his.
Alice, she, her, hers.
She, her, hers for Dana or Jay.
Gretchen, she, her, hers.
Becca, she, her, hers.
You're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I believe Allie said
Nothing
she
wrong
was
with that,
she, her, hers also.
Yes. I. She, her, hers.
Okay. This applies only to freshly made or barely consumed food. Should a customer finish an order and then complain that it was incorrect, their order should not be remade free of charge. Feel free to contact management to support your judgment or help you avoid unpleasantness. So if they drank it and then said, "Oh, that wasn't soy? Oh, I'm gonna need another one." Let me deal with that. Like,
We're not getting two drinks then.
right. Remaking items is a truth to the business. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen daily. It's gonna happen maybe 1 out of 5 customers probably. It's a truth to the business. We have to live with that. We don't want to actually give away free food, you know. Okay, so then kill them with kindness. Sometimes you might get a customer whose actual goal seems to be made to make your day unpleasant. Misery loves company. We found the most effective way to deal with customers like this is willful, oblivious pleasantness. Put on your brightest smile, wish them a pleasant day, and move on to the next, presumably more grateful customer. If at any point unpleasantness becomes harassment or verbal or physical threats, you should immediately involve a manager. Again, this is about your safety. If you feel unsafe, extricate yourself from the situation. That being said, attitude's contagious, and it's going to work one of two ways. Either your pleasant attitude's they're gonna catch that, or you're gonna catch their unpleasant attitude. Who do you want to win this? Okay, no soup for you. Very occasionally, a customer will prove so problematic, violent, harassing, or otherwise poorly behaved that banning them from the premises will become necessary. No employee of Southern Velvet Cafe should take it upon themselves to escort such a person off the premises. Please contact a manager and remain a safe distance from the banned individual. If a fight breaks out, don't get involved. You're not paid enough to take the extra punch. If a customer is climbing over the counter, spitting and threatening you, walk away. You're not paid enough to take the punch. You know, if a customer walks in yelling slurs at the other customers, get me. I will get involved in all of this. I'm paid enough, you're not. It's about your safety. This is a safe space for you as well as customers. And so, you know, we're willing to do what's necessary to attain that.
We do offer a first responder discount. We're hoping to have some police officers just hanging out most of the time.
Well,
We're also hoping not to need them.
yeah, we're also hoping that the ones who do hang out are those who will make everybody more comfortable instead of less.
That's right.
It's true. It's true. Nobody, again, we're willing to do what it takes to be in a safe space. Nobody has the power to just be because they are. The president walks in, you kick him out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is not a, we're not going to empty the restaurant so that some movie star can have a private sitting. You know, this is,
And we're not going to automatically take a cop's word above one of our other customers.
no, we're not. They don't get to just act like an asshole because they get to do it anywhere else.
Which brings me to Marines.
Oh.
We lived near an army base for a while, and there are definitely people in the armed forces who believe that by the nature of them being in the armed forces, they deserve special treatment or some kind of preferential anything they want, essentially. This is not true. They get the first responder discount if they're in the military, like it's the
I have issues. What's my password?
capital.
Okay.
But yeah, again, it's, you know, thanks for
Exclamation
doing
point?
what you do, but I don't think so. Thanks for doing what you do, but
It's wrong.
you don't get to be a butt.
Best beverage?
Oh, maybe it was coffee.
Capital?
No, I don't think so. You can try it. Sorry.
It worked.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's not supposed to log you out of that though.
Having issues. Okay, we fixed this. Okay. Yeah. Don't get yourself into a situation where you could be hurt. Okay. Mommy, can I have an espresso and a kitten? Kids are an important part of our business here at Seven Velvet, and it's important for you to know how to handle them as customers and not as extensions of customers. Treating children as small adults tends to be more effective at eliciting a response and at encouraging mature behavior. While you should never go directly against a parent's stated wishes during an order, you are likewise not responsible should their child order by themselves and go against their parents' wishes. Parents requesting that you change their child's order should be treated the same way as a customer making a mistake when ordering. If the order has already been consumed, it may not be changed free of charge. If, however, it has not been eaten or drunk, replacing it and marking the first order on the waste ticket is the appropriate response. You know, kids come, they're gonna do things, they're gonna be of different maturity levels. You make their drink at a little bit less of a heat because they're not gonna wait them 1 minute to let it cool down a little bit. They're just gonna burn the shit out of themselves.